Welcome, family. It's time to vibe with our tribe. Welcome to another edition of Spiritual Awakening with yours truly, A.G. Green Sr. What an honor and a privilege it is to be streaming and beaming into your electronic device. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. Let as many people as you possibly can who you know are adjusting their frequency to vibe with our tribe. Thank you. Come on in. And good evening to you, our resident Mr. Westminster. Good to see you on this wonderful evening. And whatever time of day it is you're watching me, whether live or in replay, I, for one, am thankful and grateful. Good evening to you, as well, our resident therapist, Pastor Jerry Cotton. Yes, Hillary, our powerful niece. Yes, sir. Let's vibe with our tribe. Let's do it. Let's make it do what it do. Come on, let's pray. Almighty, I'm so thankful and grateful for this moment. I am so honored and privileged to speak to these powerful, dynamic, spiritual creators of a divine class, a divine order, a divine species. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your long suffering. We are just thankful and grateful that in this moment we're expanding, we're evolving, transforming, and ascending. And the greatest of your will is in terms of the understanding, the illumination of truth and light is coming forth within us. And we thank you for the name, the nurture, the way, the example of Yeshua HaMashiach. It is so. And so it is. Thank you. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. We'll make sure you share some likes and some feedback tonight during this particular presentation. Of course, you can follow me on social media. You see it at the bottom of the screen, the bottom banner there. Okay, so grateful and thankful for those who connect with us there. Go to divinespeciesshop.com should you want to add some personal things to your collection to advance your spiritual journey. And if you have not already done so, sign up at patreon.com/AG Green now. And it's time for you to connect and become a part of this wonderful, wonderful experience. Rev 50 gets you 50% off the first month. And of course, don't forget, using that particular code. And of course, the Divine You podcast, if you're behind, go there and catch up on the latest. We're so glad, honored, and privileged to be able to share that with you. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly, above all that we ask or think. It's according to the power that worketh in us. I am powerful. Come on, I want you to type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Own the power. Know the power. Recognize the power. Embody the power. Recognize as a divine species of being, you are born innately with unlimited power and unlimited access. That's it. I am powerful. I am powerful. What a wonderful thing it is to know, to own the power that you possess, the power that you are, Yes, owning the power is to own your divine identity. I am powerful. Speak it out loud at least 3 times to yourself, affirming your identity, affirming who and what you are. I am powerful. And if you say it right with the right conviction, you'll feel the presence, you'll feel an energy, you'll feel an anointing just flowing through you. Yes, I am powerful. What a wonderful thing it is for you to recognize that you are not helpless, for you to recognize you are not powerless, but you are powerful. Oh my goodness. It is wonderful. It is magnificent. It is extraordinary when you and I learn how to embrace the power we are and the power that we possess. Real quickly, family, tell me what's good. What's good? Tell me how your week has been going thus far. I want to check in with you before I get into the teaching. And our resident therapist is going to, of course, type what series we are in terms of this installment. And we're going to pick up where we left off. But I've got to check on you. What's good? Tell me about your week. Remember, this is your opinion. That means it's highly subjective. And nobody on this platform ever has a right to be critical or hypercritical of what you consider to be your life. We might grant you some guidance, but nevertheless, we accept your interpretation of your own life. So, what's good? Tell me about your week. Mine has been quite interesting. Started out with a lot of sorrow, started out with a lot of emotion. Yes, yes, yes. Been quite challenging. 2 deaths, and within the same day, actually found out on Monday, second death that directly impacts me in a very profound way. And I was asked to eulogize both services. So I'm adapting to that, but nevertheless, I am encouraged. I feel strengthened, and I would appreciate your prayers and your meditation. But what's good? What's good? Let's see. Let's see. Our resident mystic, Wesley Turk, says everything going good, feeling full and blessed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anybody else want to share with us how your week has been going thus far? I'm interested to know how your week has been going thus far. And we share our condolences with our resident therapist, Pastor Jerry Cotton, who lost his wonderful, wonderful aunt uh, on Sunday. And so while I was grieving the first of one of my church mothers, and then the second death I found out about, which was a member from a few years ago in Atlanta, he was also mourning the transition and the crossover of his favorite aunt. And so we send our love, prayers, and meditations to him as well. Let's see here. Hillary says, loving the trajectory of the week. Started out extremely sick, but I'm so grateful I am feeling a lot better. Sending a lot of love and comfort your way. Thank you so much. And I received the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, condolences. Thank you so much, Monica. We really, really appreciate that. Anybody else want to share? What's good? Tell me. Tell us. How's your week been going thus far? And remember, it is merely of your interpretation. And so we respect that. And we are here to encourage, to uplift, and to empower. Anybody else? Before I get into the teaching tonight, cover the announcements briefly. I don't think there's anything else in terms of announcements that I need to address. And I'm going to pick up with where I left off with the teaching. Okay. This is part 7, Conscious Creator, part 7. This is part 7 in terms of us discussing conscious, being a conscious creator. Let me get that other banner off the screen. Part 7, Conscious Creator. All right, let's see. Monica, what she say? My week has been getting better every day. Some things that would have upset me, wonderful previously, are just giving me pause and relief now. Can't complain. All blessings. What a wonderful, wonderful perspective, disposition, and attitude to have, Monica. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We're at part 7 in discussing being a conscious creator, being a conscious creator. And I don't want to go back through all of the texts. I have shared quotes from the Bible, from the Hindu scriptures, from the Buddhist texts, some from Islamic tradition, the Hermetic texts, the Taoist texts, and so forth and so on, that have a continuity in confirming that we are conscious creators and have the ability with our thoughts to shape identity and reality. But I'm going to, for the sake of some, let's see here, put it up on the screen. Let me do something here. I had a quote here. Okay. Very good. Very good. I'm going to remove this real quickly and put, matter of fact, um, let's let the assistants, Proverbs 23:7, and of course, Mark 11:24, Hebrews 11:1. Those three we've used consistently from biblical texts. Again, from the Hindu scriptures, I won't put up the Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads texts. I won't quote from them. The Buddhist text, Dhammapada, and of course, other texts that we have quoted from. We'll just stay with the biblical text today. I quoted from those other scriptures to help you to understand they are not as diametrically opposed as people think they are. There is a symmetry and a continuity in terms of certain beliefs that exists in all of these ancient texts. And one day we'll get into why, but not today, because I don't want to get off the beaten path of where I am to focus or where I am to trod or walk today. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hillary's driving. See if our other assistant is on. I don't see her as of yet. Might have to put that text up myself. It's all right if I have to. Let me go in here real quickly and retrieve it. So let's see here. All right. Proverbs 23:7-8. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. A powerful, powerful text. Again, that is relevant to our discussion in terms of consciousness and thought shaping identity and reality. It's been a long time since I probably thoroughly exegeted that text, but nevertheless, it helps us to understand that consciousness, which begins in the realm of our thought, we are spiritual beings projecting a mind into a physical, three-dimensional avatar body that has a brain. It controls the brain, and the brain itself has functions that interface or functions that are active in this three-dimensional experience. But again, it is a part of a composition of us as purely spiritual beings existing as a hybrid in both spiritual and natural dimensions. Some might call it a spiritual and at the same time a simulated matrix type universe, which we'll discuss at some point in time in the future. But as we think, as we believe, as we establish our state of consciousness, which ultimately creates our state of being, we are that. Mark 11:22, Mark 11:24, this fell from Yeshua's lips. Whatsoever you ask in prayer, believe that ye have received it, and it will be yours. The inner workings, the mechanics of prayer, the stages of prayer requires what? Thought, requires intention, requires both spiritual and cognitive energy in concert with each other when we pray, to utilize faith to know that we have received what we have prayed. We have received what we have uttered. We have received what we have declared. We have received what we have believed. Again, these are all spiritual principles. There are religious principles, and then there are spiritual principles. These are spiritual principles, family, that works for anybody, regardless of your religious condition background. These are spiritual principles that when spirits, which is what we are, who possess a soul, mind, will, and emotions, and live in a body, exercises these principles, you will see results every time, positive or negative. Whatever you ask in prayer, believe that ye receive it, and ye shall have it. All right, last but not least, I'm going to put up the last text today. Let's see here. I'll go back to Hebrews 11:1. And again, Mark 11:24 tells us again the principle of assumption, believing it is already done. Believing it is already done. I want you to type it in the comment section. I must believe that it is already done. I must believe that it is already done. That's what Yeshua is referring to when you pray. You've got to believe that it's already done. And again, because it's in this book, we think it's just confined to one religious group or one religious orientation. It's not true. It is a spiritual principle that applies to all. All right. Let's see. Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Thank you. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence or the proof of things not seen. Okay. It is the substance. We've exegeted that briefly. The assurance of things. Remember, things is a noun, which means that it's got multiple applications, or I should say it's multifarious in its applications. Person, place, things, situations, circumstances, I believe, are all encompassed or all covered in the word things. It's the evidence, it's the proof of the thing that is unseen, the proof of the thing that is invisible. Dare I say, the proof of the thing that's immaterial. And the point that I drove home to us in previous weeks is that faith as inner conviction manifesting outward reality. Faith as inner conviction manifesting outward reality. Here's the NIV. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Okay. So faith as inner conviction manifesting outward reality. So tonight, I want to talk from the concept. We've been discussing the four conscious pillars of creation, the four pillars of creation, I should say, or the four pillars of conscious creation, talking a little bit about alchemy. We started with thought, the blueprint, feeling, the fuel, assumption, the inner reality, and action as the bridge. What I want to discuss with you tonight, in some limited detail, I should say, is what the great mystic Neville Goddard called the bridge of incident. The bridge of incident. The bridge of incident. So I want you to type it in the comment section, the bridge of incidents with plural, with an S on the end, the bridge of incidents. So after we have thought it or imagined it, added feeling to it, which is fuel, and got in the assumptive state, meaning that we created an inner reality where we're the identity of the thought, the identity in terms of the being or the person who is I am. Remember, I encourage you that you take on the consciousness in the state of being of whatever is after you say I am. So when you declare I am poor and when you declare I am weak, if you keep saying that, attaching an emotion to it, then yes, there's going to be a conviction that you develop with an emotion because of the emotion attached to it that impresses upon the subconscious that it somehow, some way finds its way bleeding and leaking into the spiritual dimension. Some call it the quantum field. We'll get into more of those things later on. All right. But assumption, the inner reality, all reality is created from within. And so after you become an identity, and again, I stress that, family, you must become an identity first. So again, we're going to teach you all kinds of processes, all kinds of, matter of fact, right now, let me see, I haven't released it. It's been done for months. I think I do have somewhere on my computer, like a mini book that I haven't released yet. That's got like, I think over 100 ways you can manifest, over 100 ways you can manifest. And I'm sure there are more ways than that. I think it's like over 100 ways. And I list the ways, and then of course the instructions with the particular ways as to how you can manifest. All that's well and good. Okay. But if you don't become an assumption, the identity of the person, then your affirmations won't work. I'm going to say it again. If you don't become an assumption, the identity of the person, then your affirmations don't work. Remember, the Message translation said, Yeshua said about the blind men, become what you believe. The King James says, according to your faith, so be it unto you. Well, that faith is assumption. That faith is conviction. That faith has conviction or any convincing attached to it. Those blind men in their imagination saw themselves with sight after they connected with Yeshua. Just like that woman with the issue of blood saw herself in her imagination, her faith at work in her imagination as the healed when she connected with Yeshua. She had taken on the identity of the healed. Okay. And that's why he told her, thy faith had made thee whole. In other words, it was your faith, it was your inner conviction, it was what you saw in your imagination that is responsible for your miracle. So it was the identity she had already adopted as the healed. So when you're saying these things to yourself, okay, understand that initially when you say them, uh, it's going to have a difficult time resonating with you. It might be challenging at first for those seeds to be planted in soft, supple, pliable soil. But understand, you keep planting it and you keep watering it, family, until you actually become what you are speaking. You become what you're saying. You become what you are declaring. You are in alignment with these spiritual principles. So let's look at a brief definition that I took from a website called theuniverseunveiled.com that I want to share with you real quickly. I'm going to put it on the screen. The Bridge of Incidents is the unfolding series of events, encounters, opportunities, and experiences that link your assumption, the feeling of the wish fulfilled, with the outer realization. Look like I left some of the definition out. Let's see, how can I fix this? With the outer realization. Let's do this. The outer realization. Here we go. The outer realization of your desire in 3D reality. So now we're getting to the, a form of transducing, or a form of inner energy becoming physical, or showing up or arriving in the three-dimensional physical dimension. Remember, everything that's in you and everything that in terms of your reality is generated from you within as it relates to what you believe. Again, even in the biblical texts, Job said, the thing that I feared the most has come upon me. Again, a powerful spiritual principle. Fear is faith. It's just faith in a upside down or in a bad outcome. It's just faith in an outcome that you don't desire. When I say desire, I mean you don't want, in terms of to see happen in your life. So for example, if you fear having an accident, that means there's a part of you that don't want to have an accident. But if you keep thinking you're going to have an accident, if you keep seeing yourself in an accident, if you keep, aka again, fearing an accident, you are believing that an accident is possible for you. So you should not be surprised when you find yourself in an accident, because you continue to rehearse that, you attach emotion to it, you develop an inner convincing, which again turns into a conviction that it's somehow, some way, you know, I can have an accident. And as long as you keep, feeding that, then eventually you're going to see that. Okay, let me get it right. Neurons that fire together wire together, according to Dr. Joseph Dispenza. So the more you keep thinking that, the more those neurons in your brain are going to start firing and wiring together and creating, from a physical sense, neural pathways that continues to confirm that this is a reality for you. Okay. Am I making any sense to anybody? Talk back to me, family. Talk back to me. Okay. So add some more to this simplified definition, and make sure I'm looking at my notes correctly. There we go. Okay. I want you to understand that this is the materialization side of conscious creation. This is the materialization side of faith. Okay. So again, action is the visible outworking of inner alignment. It is not forced striving, but the bridge where inner reality and outer matter meet. Okay. The bridge where inner reality and outer matter reach. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Right here. Okay. Am I making any sense thus far? Talk to me real quickly. Let me see your comments in the comment section. Let me see your comments in the comment section real quickly. And let me lay some more foundation in terms of what I am discussing with you. Make sure I need to be at the middle here, somewhere around the middle. Okay. Let me see your comments. I got a yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay. Very good. Very good. Let's put something else up here. Let me spend some time with this, and then I'm going to give you some science in a minute. Inspired action is the path your state takes into matter. Thought and feeling set direction. Remember, it's the few. Assumption stabilizes. Action lays bricks. So a person decides that they want to build a house. And if you decide you want a house, or you want to, let's say you decide you want to build a house, one of the first things I suggest is that you first build it in your mind, that you first see it in your mind, that you, in this meditative state in your imagination, see yourself in the house with as many details as you possibly can. And once you establish yourself through faith, which is going to generate an emotion, and again, emotion is a chemical creation from within the brain, again, that's going to condition the reticular activating system and other things that's happening in your brain. Again, there's a psycho-spiritual connection. It's not just all spiritual. There is a physical side of the psychological that contributes to the process. But you see the house. You're living in the house. You're entertaining in the house. You're walking from room to room. You're in that master bedroom that's got a walk-in closet. You're in that master bathroom that's got both a shower and a wonderful tub with jets in it. And you've got 2 sinks in there, okay? Along with a separate part with a toilet. You see the colors on the walls. Come on here, somebody. This is what you do, and you step outside of the house in this imaginary scape that you've created, and you see the outside of the house, whether it's brick or whether it's wood, whether it's a 3-car garage, 2-car garage, 4-car garage. Are you hearing me? A manicured yard If you want a fence around it, with a fence around it, you make your way to the backyard and you see that deck. If you want a deck back there, if you want a nice size yard, you see the nice size yard. If you want that yard to be level, you see that yard as level. If you want it to have an incline, you see it as an incline. If you want a pool back there, you got a pool back there. If that pool is surrounded by concrete, this is what you see. If you've got a storage area back there, listen, you create it all. You see it all. This is a part of the thought and the feeling that's creating the direction. And then you assumptively are saying to yourself, whatever you're saying in terms of ownership, to indicate to yourself, oh, my house is wonderful. This is beautiful. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful and grateful for this wonderful house. Watch this. Remember, I've taught you to be thorough. So you don't just manifest yourself in a house, you manifest yourself with the house being paid for easily. So you might be saying something to you, something like, boy, I'm so thankful and grateful to be in this wonderful house that I've easily paid for, or that is taken care of every month. No issues with the mortgage. Oh my God, I have maintenance and I'm constantly easily upgrading it when upgrades are necessary. You see it in the mind, you feel it in the mind, you're living it in your imagination. And again, like the woman with the issue of blood who said within herself, if I can but touch, that saying again was connected to her imagination because she could see what she was saying and she was saying what she could see. Okay. And then last but not least, action is what's going to lay the bricks. So hear me, there are the different points of action that we could take because there are different situations that everybody's in. But what I want to say to you is that faith, which lives in your imagination, which is your imagination, has already seized and owned the house. Now, the route you take after that is going to require strategy and action. Again, God, the creator, the source and sustainer, will give you the strategic blueprints you need. The details are not your business. The circumstances don't matter. Am I making any sense? And so then you're going to find yourself moving about in inspired action. And that inspired action, family, is going to be the thing that helps to translate it or deuce it, from invisible form to something that is visible. Now, let's look at a couple of things as it relates to the bridge of incidents. And I don't want to get too much into the quantum field today, so forth and so on. But this is what I want to say to you as the bridge starts appearing. Okay. I want to say this to you as the bridge starts appearing, because if you do what I just described to you correctly, do it correctly. It may be before you go to bed. It may be when you rise in the morning. It may be if you take a nap throughout the day, or it may be in your meditative space. Okay. You may be accessing, again, we'll get into deeper discussions probably next calendar year on the power of meditation, not in a superficial sense, but what actually happens within us when we're in meditation. What happens to your brain? How are you accessing your spirit? Why is meditation so powerful? Why is it so effective? Why are people using it every day, even when they don't know they're using it, and it is creating a physical counterpart, a physical outcome? But the bottom line is it starts with your inner conviction. And from this conviction, family, you own the thing. It is already yours. You're not meditating, watch this, on the details. I want you to type this in the comment section. I do not meditate on the details of manifestation. Type that in the comment section. I do not meditate on the details of manifestation. I want to see that come up in the comment section. I do not meditate on the details of manifestation. Type that in the comment section. I do not meditate on the details of manifestation. I want you to type that in the comment section for me real quickly. This is where people get stuck. This is where I have been stuck before. Okay. We don't want to meditate on the details, because you can get lost in the details. I'm going to say it again. You can get lost in the details. Mhm. You can get lost in the details. Let me put something up on the screen for you. You know, uh, you desire another vehicle. You want to upgrade, and um, the your finances, when you check your account, doesn't look so good. In other words, it's not matching your faith right now. It's not matching your desire. It is not your job. Hear me. We want to brainstorm because we are sentient beings with the power of inductive and deductive reasoning. So we're thinkers, and we should think. Okay. At times we should be pragmatic, but then there are times where I want you to understand pragmatism is good, being practical is good. But if you're going to accomplish your dreams, if you're going to become, watch this, the best or greater version of yourself, you're going to have to, if you want to do this in a way that usurps and that takes you above and beyond the linear, because the physical is the linear. The physical, which is a part of the simulation, is inferior to the spiritual, what some call the astral, which some call the quantum field, which we know as the spiritual dimension. What I just described is inferior to that. So I've been in many situations where the checking account or other resources said you can't have it. It's not possible. And I had to access through faith, I had to access that spiritual dimension, that God that's a part of me, so forth and so on, to see that which I had already conquered in faith materialize. Watch this, irregardless of conditions. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. People get stuck in the conditions. They get stuck in trying to figure out from a natural perspective, a carnal perspective, how am I going to get this done? And this is where worry sets in with many people. This is where worry sets in. Okay. This is where worry sets in. And this is where obsession also begins. This is where it starts with many, many people. Okay. And we're gonna type our wonderful phrase that we have adopted from Neville. But most people stall their manifestations by obsessing over the steps required to make it happen. Okay. Remember, I gave you the illustration of the homeowner. Again, I'm reminding you. I mean, and there are a lot again of wonderful spiritual teachers out here, but you must become the homeowner first. So all those things I described in some sort of vividness in terms of the physical details of the house, you become that house owner. I am the owner of this house. Mm, mm, mm. I'm going to say it again. I am the owner of this house. Even if it's you seeing it, having to create the scene, you sing your name on the title deed, or you texting a friend, I am the owner of this house. I just closed today. Or hearing somebody congratulate you. What I'm suggesting to you has been done thousands of times and manifested the fruit of what they already own and possess inwardly in an outward sense. When I'm not just throwing out suggestions that have not been tried and proven by myself and other people. Listen, these things I'm suggesting to you now actually work. Did you catch that? So you must become that owner of that home. So don't get stalled by obsessing over the steps. The mind, again, remember we talked about it is a predictive prophet. The front part of our brain is predictive. It is deciding outcomes so many seconds before the senses. And remember, I quoted from that study, before the senses can even interpret it. The mind, based on its experiences, is trying to tell us what is going to happen next. And if we live in that predictive aspect, then it will project into the 3D an outcome based on an experience. And if that experience is one where we felt stalled, or we felt we were unsuccessful, we felt that we failed, or we felt that we couldn't do a thing, then that's what it's going to say to you. That inner voice is going to speak to you and show you how this that you desire in greatness is going to falter like it did in the past. So this is why new conditioning is necessary. This is why you persist in the state of that you who is the owner, no matter what you see, no matter what comes your way, no matter what is said to you. And I want to say this, family. I want to say this. We've got to, we've got to absorb this. Wow. We've got to absorb this. I'm going to say it like this. First of all, everything in the outer world came from the inner world. That's number one. Number two, we've got to absorb this. And this is the part I really want us to absorb. I must be so set in my faith, so set in my faith until I don't allow anyone or anything to convince me otherwise. If I'm going to be convinced that I need to shift, it's going to be the creator, it's going to be God who speaks to me, or I'm going to make a conscious decision. But I'm not going to make that decision based on circumstances. There are a lot of people who would still be in the ghetto had they based their decisions on circumstances, if they had based their decisions on the opinions that other people gave them about their situation. Hear what I'm saying today. Many of the greatest success stories that exist today, I'm not going to just say many, pretty much all of them, at some point in time, that person had to tell a family member, had to tell a friend, had to tell a guidance counselor, okay, had to tell somebody who had a contrary opinion, and not necessarily that these people with a contrary opinion were meaning to be mean. It's just the way they saw it, and they were trying to deter them from the path, and they had to tell them nicely or politely, or move away from them and continue to remain settled in what they believed. And because they did that, they persisted, family. They saw fruit. They saw the manifestation. They saw the results. Okay? Remember, we've been using this quote. Let me see if I still got it in here. I put it in the other one. See if I can find it. I'll come back to it. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Let me put it up on the screen for you again to see. Again, I'm quoting from people who are confirming scriptural texts for a reason, to see the congruence that exists. This is what I want you to see. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. End quote. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Let me see what y'all. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. And I want your feedback. Okay, I want your feedback. Is there anybody who's watching me now who have tried this, even if you didn't do it with a level of consistency where you produced the way you wanted to produce all the time, because you're still learning, but you have been in a situation, whether it was your rent need to be paid, your car don't need to be paid, or you need to get out of a bad situation, or you needed to manifest some money, or you needed to manifest a career, or you needed to manifest getting into an apartment or to a house, or you need to manifest escaping danger, or you needed to get your tuition paid, or you needed to manifest healing and wholeness in your body, or a change in your family, a change in dynamic, or whatever. Have you ever done what I said in terms of you just decided, no, this is it. I believe, period. I just talked to somebody in my life who for 2 years were believing for the job. The people said they were just not qualified for it. This person went on to get another job that had some of the same skill set and kept telling me for 2 years that was their job. Ended up getting hired for the job. I knew the person was going to get hired because I could see the faith that already created it. I could see divine power working in concert with her faith. Now, can you give me an illustration? Anybody want to share an illustration? I got a yes many times. Anybody want to share one small illustration that will fit? I'll put it up on the screen. Or will you use some of the very things I'm talking about right now? And you got a result. I don't care if it's that you wanted some donuts. I don't care if it's that you wanted some Popeyes and you didn't have no money in your checking account. I don't care if it's you needed a plane ticket to fly someplace and you manifested it because you saw yourself on the plane or saw yourself in that city. Number one, have you tried it and seen this work? Number two, in brevity, what's your testimony? What's your testimony? Okay, here we go. A Yosa 901 says, I manifested my certified gold record. There it is. And my niece brought it to my attention who this young man is. This is the grandson of Brenda Carter. And I believe the son of Belle. Been knowing Belle all her life. But he's saying, I manifested my certified gold record. Wonderful. Awesome. Anybody else have a specific testimony? Now, you know, what he just said is powerful. Let me put that back up, and I'm waiting on others to give me a brief testimony. What he just said is powerful. Do you know how many people have been trying to attain the status of a gold record as an artist? Okay, or as a writer or a producer or a contributor who haven't been able to do it in 30 years of a career, 20 years of a career, 10 years of a career. Do you know how many people have been striving for this since gold records came into existence, the status of gold? A whole lot of people. But he said, I manifested my certified gold record. It works. We got one testimony, okay? Let's see who's the next one. I manifested a new position at my job, actually ended up with 2 positions in the area I was interested in. There we go with Monica. Okay, let's see. Hillary says, yes, I tried it multiple times and seen it work, had money for coffee, but wanted a free coffee, got it. Set a goal for my day gig, envision it, got it. Yes, the list goes on. So what I'm sharing with you is to confirm it. Now, let me ask you this question. And we got a few minutes left. I'm going to try and finish up. See, there's a couple more things I want to share with you. Let me look at my notes here. A couple more things I want to share with you. Now, why does it seem like, here we go here. He says, yes, sir, absolutely. Your teachings have helped me manifest change in my clients. I'm a life consultant. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, here we go. Another one. I manifested a raise. She manifested a raise. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Okay. A raise, she's manifested an apartment, so many things. Okay. Great, great, great. Now I'm going to ask you this again. Let me see if you've been paying attention. See if you've been paying attention. Let's see here. Why do you think you haven't seen the results in everything you have desired to manifest? Talk back to me. Why do you think you haven't seen the results in everything that you have manifested? Or maybe you're one who has in terms of positive outcomes. Talk back to me real quickly. Talk back to me real quickly. And I'm going to talk a little bit about if-then statements and a little bit about some science behind the if-then statements. Okay, let's see here. Monica says lack of faith. That's good. That's good. Okay, not consistent. Focus on details a lot. Okay, anybody else? Because I try and control the details and what often obsess on the how. Okay, okay. That's good. That's good. All those are great answers. Anybody else want to get in on this? Anybody else? Anybody else? We look at it again. Lack of faith, not consistent, focus on details a lot. Okay, that's good because I try and control the details and would often obsess on the how. Whew, let's see here. Time is illusion, but it's not, has been, and will be. So I'll just wait and it comes. So now let's talk about his response there because I want you to take a deep breath right now. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Just inhale slowly and then exhale. So check this out. That air you just breathed, you and I just inhaled and are exhaling now, is real to us. And the challenge in being in these physical avatar bodies is to change our beliefs about what is real and where reality is generated. Because number one, as long as we continue to believe in a physical linear system and believe, family, that it is the only system, or we keep believing it is the main system, hear me, and we must operate within the confines of this system to have abundance, to have love, to have joy, to have peace, then you've got to use that system to reach your goals. You've got to use that system to bear that fruit. So watch this. Some folks might have an issue with this, but watch this. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Here we go. Have you ever received an unexpected amount of money? Zelle, Cash App, whatever. Have you ever received an unexpected amount of money, a gift, or even an unexpected gift? Talk to me in the comment section, yes or no. Has it ever happened to you? Has it ever happened to you? Okay, we got a yes. We got another yes. Okay, so we got another one. Okay, look at all the yeses. So let me ask you a question. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. As a Yoza has stated, he's in the music field, and I have a relative who's in the music field as well, professional musician and a producer and all that in Atlanta. And periodically he gets royalty checks. So a Yoza is probably going to get royalty checks. So that check is going to be something he worked for. But I know his testimony is like the rest of y'all, that you have received money you didn't work for. So that Cash App on your birthday, or that Cash App out the blue, or that Zelle, or that gift handed to you, have you ever received any cash or gifts that you did not work for? Type yes or no in the comment section. You did not work for it. Type it in the comment section. Let me see. If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, it's a yes. But type it in the comment section. You didn't work for it. You didn't do anything, and it just, there it is. Okay, let's see here. And this even applies to if people supported you, help you pay your rent, hey, don't pay it back, or you reached out to somebody and you needed some support in the area and they just sent the money, or, paid the car note, bought the car, bought the outfit, whatever it is. Look at all the yeses here. Now, this is what I want us, this is where I want us to see. To many people who are entrenched, steeped, and enmeshed, deeply and intimately intertwined with physicality and the three-dimensional existence, they think the hustle and the grind in the linear is the norm. I know I just said a word. But you just showed me that without hustle and grind, money has the ability to manifest. What if you decided, now I want you to continue to work and do your thing, but what if you decided it's more normal for money to just manifest, period, regardless of what I do? What if you decided to make it a core belief that no matter what I do, no matter what time I get out of bed, no matter how many actions I take throughout the day, and I want you to have a good work ethic, but I want you to see there should be a spiritual ethic. There should be a spiritual motivation. There should be a spiritual mindset. Hear me. Give you an example. Yeshua, this is in the book. It says Yeshua told the boys, go down to that lake, and there's a fish who has money in his mouth. Watch this. Nobody faults Yeshua for not working for it. And Yeshua said, I want you to take that money and I want you to pay my taxes and your taxes. Okay. Now, there are all kinds of metaphysical interpretations we can give of that text. But what I want to say to you is, if you get trapped in one way, then that is the only way you believe and therefore will be able to manifest income. I know, because I was trapped there. I am still working my way out. And then it took the Spirit to show me down through the years that there is a higher law and a higher principle. Let me share this with you, and I've seen this circulating on YouTube. What if you developed a mindset, family, that I not only deserve to get paid, but I deserve to be paid just because I exist, or I get paid every day just because I exist? What if you took on the identity of a person who believed every single day, consistently and persistently, that whatever I do prospers? And despite what I do or don't do, I'm always manifesting abundance and more than enough. Okay? This is what I want to say to you. And there might be some people on here who want me to quote more Bible, which is not really necessary, but I'll do it for you again. When Yeshua fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, I'm going to ask you a question. Did those people work for the fish sandwich? I mean, it's in the text, so I'm just going to talk about it. Did those people work for the meal? Did those people work for the food? Did those people have to earn the food? Did those people have to prove themselves worthy of the food? Did those people have to punch a clock to be worthy of that fish and bread? Talk back to me. Talk back to me. Talk back to me. Mm-hmm. Y'all ready for something? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Mm-hmm. Yes, they effortlessly received it. He said, sit down. Y'all ready for this? Let me tell you this next thing. I want you to type in the comment section, the Christ mind and Christ consciousness. Type Christ mind and Christ consciousness in the comment section. I'm a little bit over time. I'm going to shut it down here. I'm going to have to finish this next week. I'm trying to stay within my time parameters. I want you to type Christ mind and Christ consciousness real quickly in the comment section. Make sure I got enough volume on this thing. I do. Christ mind and Christ consciousness. Type that in the comment section. Let's see here. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask you a question as I'm preparing to close. I'm going to ask you a question. I really want your answer too. I really want your answer. I'm interested in what you had to say about it. Okay, number one. Have you ever seen Yeshua in the text that you read in those four gospels panic? Have you ever seen him panic? Did you ever seen him freak out? Did you ever see him lose his mind? Did you ever see him lose his composure? Never. Hear what I'm saying today. Paul is trying to understand him when he says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. But there's a lot of deeper meanings in these texts. If you're going to have a Christ mind and a Christ consciousness, you understand that you can take whatever you have and multiply it, not only to fill your needs and desires, but somebody else's. Did you catch that? You know why? Because it's unlimited. But many times I find that even people who say they know God are not adequately accessing the purity of a Christ mind and Christ consciousness. If he said greater works than these shalt thou do, but you still believe because it was him, you can't be him, you can't be equal to him, you can't do what he did, then you have already limited yourself. You've already placed a padlock on your power. You've already shackled yourself spiritually and mentally and divinely. You have access to the same mind that's not, hear me, connected to any one religion, but it's simply a connection in consciousness with him to embrace, to embody the unlimited. And there are times in your life, as you said, yes, that's exactly what you did. You decided that that $100 in the checking account was enough to pay all your bills. You blessed it like Yeshua did. You broke it and you distributed it. And before the month was over, you've had months like I've had months in the past where you didn't know how they all got paid, but they got paid because you decided it was going to work out. You decided I'm going to use my faith and access that is paid for. Every single thing is completed. Every single thing is covered. Oh my goodness. I feel this while I'm talking right now. Who am I talking to? What if you and I had the mindset of Christ, the composure of Yeshua? And when 5,000 bands was needed, come on here, somebody. 5,000 bands is needed, like 5,000 men, they said, that didn't count women and children. On another occasion, they said the text says 4,000. Okay, bring me something. And I'm saying to you right now, I feel this. I'm saying to you right now, you don't have to look outside for the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. It's in you. It's already accessible to you. It's already at your disposal. Some of the people I'm talking to right now, your mouth, your abilities, your talents, and your gifts hold the multiplicative factor. The multiplicative factor that will bring whatever it is in terms of love, and joy, and fulfillment, and abundance and finances, so forth and so on. It's already there. The divine you, the God in you, the Christ mind in you will use whatever you put in its hand. Ooh, help me, help me, help me, help me. I feel this right now. Help me now. You are saying, I need to do this and I need to go back for that and I need to figure this out. The only thing you need to do, and I didn't even get the chance to finish this bridge of incidents. I'm feeling kind of, so about that. What is required is for you to take your hands off. That's all that's required. Let the supernatural take over and bless what you got and begin to distribute it. Oh my God, bless every dollar that comes in, bless every opportunity that comes in, bless every application you submit. Come on now. Let me share this one nugget. I need to share this one nugget. Where is it at? I'm gonna copy and paste it for you. 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 Yeshua knew, family, okay? Instead of me just manifesting it out of thin air, because a Christ mind and a Christ consciousness can do that. The power of the Spirit is able to do that. The power that is part of you is able to do that. They use a little boy. He used a little boy's lunch. Hear what I'm saying today. Intuitively, he noticed the nudge. He followed it. And he took what was accessible to him and multiplied it. There's an intuition. There's an intuitiveness after you have turned it over to God, after you have released it and said, I don't care about the details. I have seen myself in it. I am living it. I am that. Guess what's going to happen? Within, a guidance is going to be developed. A guidance is going to begin to take place. Oh my goodness, I feel like running. I feel so happy right now. Something within you, family, I'm gonna have to stop here. Something within you is going to start pointing you in the right direction, telling you to go places, telling you to read this, telling you to turn this on. You're not going to always understand, why am I here? Why am I watching this? Why am I reading this? Why am I talking to this person on the phone today? I really don't want to be. Do you realize that one conversation can give you information that changes your life? Do you realize watching one correct video, hearing one correct word, interacting with one person can open a series of doorways for you? Ooh, wow. Help me, help me, help me. I want you to catch what I'm saying. You will receive through what we call intuition, the scripture calls it an unction, which is going to be in the form of some kind of knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, guidance, direction, a nudge in the right direction. And before you know it, like a chain reaction of events will take place. You wanted to establish the business, you end up meeting a person in business. They put you in contact with their loan officers, or put you in contact with people or their resources they have access to, or invited you to a meeting. Did you hear what I just said? And even though you went with skepticism, you kept yourself open. And you found out maybe 30 minutes into the meeting, this was meant to be. I was supposed to be in this group. I was supposed to hear this conversation. I was supposed to see this, that, and the other. And what I'm going to get into next week is when the bridge of incidents starts unfolding, incidents starts unfolding. Sometimes the things that appear to be setbacks, family, are all a part of the course of manifestation. I'm going to work on that just a little bit next week. In other words, sometimes when this thing is unfolding before us, when it's materializing and manifesting before us, we think a setback. You think it's a setback if you got to cut this person off, if you got to make this move, if you got to give this up. But you don't understand it's all a part of the unfolding. Had you not got rid of Ray Ray and Pookie Neal, oh yes, Had you not changed your crowd, had you not changed what you expose yourself to, had you not created some distance, or had you not lost this or lost that, catch what I'm saying? You might not have the hyper focus that you have today. I know people who've lost everything, and it was simply a mindset that said, I'll never, ever be in this position again, that catapulted them to levels they never would have seen before had that part of the bridge not unfolded where it presented or caused something to emerge in their life. It wasn't a setback, it was a diversion to get them to a state of mind and a state of consciousness where they were hyper focused, unwavering, persistent, and consistent to the point of delusion as to what the manifestation of their dream meant to them, or as to what was necessary in terms of components in mind, components in heart, components in research, components in diligence, components in commitment. Hear what I'm saying today. I am a firm believer. Oh, I got to run, but I got to say this. I am a firm believer of turning the energy of pain into power. Oh, my goodness. It was the power of the pain that came from Michael Jeffrey Jordan when he got cut from the high school team that changed and altered his mindset to a hyper focused, as they call him in the athletic world, sicko, who focused only on being the best that he could be, even if it meant proving everybody wrong around him. To prove I'm the best at what I do, he turned that pain into a work ethic. He turned that pain into a commitment to his craft. He turned that pain into a power. It brought him 6 championships. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. I hear you. I don't want you to invest in your trauma. I don't want you to yield to your trauma, but I want you to cause your trauma to be turned into purposeful power, to rise above it, to master it, to conquer it, to enter into a different dimension where you are a different you, a better you, to attain the dizzy heights that those who attempted to traumatize you thought that you could never, ever attain. No, I'm not just doing it to prove to them, but in the midst of me desiring to be the best version of myself, I'm getting ready to show you, I'm getting ready to show every person who said I couldn't make it. I'm getting ready to show every person who pitied me. I'm getting ready to show every person who said what I couldn't accomplish. And I'm going to take that power and use it as fuel. Ooh, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Ooh, it's the spirit talking to right now. Here we go. I just got to remind you gently. Y'all ready for this? I got to remind you gently. And I've been reminding you every week to say this, and we're going to say it again. I want you to type in the comment section, circumstances don't matter. Come on, type in the comment section, circumstances don't matter. Yes, yes, yes. Circumstances don't matter. Come on, type it in the comment section. Circumstances don't matter. They didn't matter to Yeshua. It didn't matter to the Master. Hear what I'm saying today. Let us take an example out of that page. That water is not a deterrent. For me, water, if it's the shortest road, if it's the shortest path, there we go, between A and B, and it's water instead of road, then I can walk on it. Somebody hear me today. Somebody hear me today. I don't know who this is for besides me. Circumstances don't. So what? You have a diagnosis. It doesn't matter. The blind have received their sight. The mentally disturbed have received a new brain chemistry. Hear what I'm saying? I know people who've received new hearts and new lungs and new organs. Hear me? I know people who've seen diabetes reverse and high blood pressure reverse. Catch what I'm saying today. Circumstances don't matter. They don't matter. They don't matter. And if you take that faith every day into your world and take your eyes off this limited carnal dimension that you created anyway, the doubts that you see in your finances, in your career, in your love life, you put it there. If you switch it, it'll be replaced. Circumstances don't matter. Okay, I got to release you. I'm over time. I most certainly am thankful and grateful and would appreciate it if you want to sow a seed today or offering or whatever. It's at the bottom of the screen. We don't press people to give here. Our people give out of love and appreciation. $ AG Green. Zelle is Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com. PayPal is aggreenenterprises@gmail. And if you got Chime and you want that, reach out to me and I'll send you the Chime. I do this out of love. This platform is growing and expanding. And again, we got some more great stuff coming for you in the Patreon community. But tell me, you've been giving me feedback. How you feeling now before I release you? Did this message find you? Did this lesson find you tonight? My. I feel it. I sense it so strongly. Yes. Yes, it don't matter. I'm telling you right now, just like I told some of y'all a couple of weeks ago, and then many of you within 7 days or that amount of time that I spoke received miracles. I'm telling you, as you embody this, as you live this, you're going to see more and more miracles shift in your favor, shift on your behalf. Things are changing right now. I'm going to say it again. Things are changing right now. I'm going to say it one more time, Monica. Things are changing right now. Yeah, that's it. Rest. I don't care what it looked like tomorrow. Rest. I'm resting right now, fam. I'm resting in some things right now. I'm resting in some things right now. Ooh, my goodness. I'm resting in it because I know it's done. I'm resting in it because I know it's already completed. I'm resting in it because the power in me has already brought it to pass. It is so. And so it is. See you in a few days. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, prosperity. Nothing missing and nothing broken. It is so. So it is. See you soon. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the Light Through Revolution, Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $ AG Green and $ AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime, $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also, take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and explore divineспeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.